Welcome back. In this video, we're taking a look at the PodBank, which is a portable charger with a built-in slot for your Juul or other compatible pod system. I'm Sherlock Holmes, and on this channel I do reviews like this and other vaping-related content, so if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you'd like to help support this channel and get in on some cool giveaways for rewards, you can check out my Patreon, which I will have linked in the description. Also down there will be the link to this product if you'd like to check it out at the end of the video. All right, let's take a look at the PodBank and what it has going for it. So the main attraction and why we're talking about this is because it has a charger for a Juul type kind of pod system right here on top. And I'm showing you guys because I'm not a big fan of Juul or what they do, how they operate, and what they're doing to the industry. I'm not going to be featuring them in this video, but I do like Loon quite a bit, so I will show you that it does work with a Loon pod, and we can get it in there and it charges and the magnet will hold it. So if you just have this somewhere, you don't have to worry about this falling out necessarily. The magnet isn't extremely strong, like with just a little it will fall out. So I would have loved to see some sort of mechanism to keep this in here better so you don't have to worry about it falling out. I mean, the magnet does do a decent job. It does keep it in there, but any kind of force will have it come out. Right here on top, we can see we've got LED indicators. This will give you your battery life. And so to let you know that A, it's charging when it's lit up, and B, how much battery is left in the 10,000 milliamp hour battery. Not too shabby of a capacity with this. Let's talk about the overall build quality for a moment. This top portion has a nice soft feel, and this is my favorite part about it, is that I wish the whole thing was built out of this instead of this hard, cheap plastic that the rest of it's built out of. To me, it just feels a little cheap, and the build quality, the construction isn't terrible, but it's not the best either. See here at the bottom, it tells you our inputs, and so I will show you these as we speak about them. We have an input here, a standard USB. We also have a USB-C input for faster charging here at the top. And then for outputs, we have obviously the pod charger, but then we also have two other outputs that will do up to 3 amps or 5 volts on each of them, and you can use all three at once. For instance, right, I can grab this and plug my phone in, and I'll show you that that's working. Boom, we've got charging. And then obviously the pod, I believe, is done, but you know, just show you that it will, yeah, it will work there. There we go. And we'll pop this guy in, and that is for the gem kit. And so we've got all three of these devices charging at once. So that is pretty great. That 10,000 milliamp hour battery, they say you can charge a Juul about 50 times. I've been using this thing for days to charge all the different electronics I have down here. I'll use it to top off devices before I review them, like the Magico Nix stick. Anything that's charged via USB, USB-C, my phone when I'm down here, some of my lav mics are wireless and they get charged with it. A ton of uses, a ton of utility with this thing. And so far I found it very, very handy. And I definitely like the fact that it'll charge your Juul or your Juno or your Loon pod or whatever, Juul knockoff that you're using. It will charge it multiple times and keep it in there decently. Now, here's some things that I don't love about this device, and I've already touched on one of them, and that's the build quality. Not the best, right? The other is the fact that, there's not a really great way to implement this other than the way they did, but the fact that this isn't just the flat brick and it's got this, I don't even know what to call it, raised portion to fit that in there. Again, like, I know it's part of the whole thing, so there's not much you can really do about it, right? But so like when I'm packing this away, like I took this camping and it served its purpose beautifully, charged my Loon and charged a whole bunch of other devices, kept us going all weekend. Unlike my other power banks or portable chargers that are just flat and uniformly so, This isn't, so it makes it hard to kind of stack on top of other stuff and things like that. So I did find it to be a little bit of a nuisance, but again, if I didn't have it, I'd have to be using the charger that these things come with. And that kind of brings me to the next thing, which is the price of this. I'm seeing it one place online for $50. I'll update links in the description if I can find them. If I can find it cheaper, I will let you know. For that price, for me, I wouldn't spend that kind of money on this. I would prefer to just get you know, one of the brands that I already have that I trust, that I really know, and just use, you know, a USB cable to a charger, because they do offer those now. And like, right, so like they offer cables like this now where you plug this in, and I took the slide off, but you can see obviously it's already charged, so it's not gonna say it's giving me green here, but it literally becomes a cable, so it doesn't have to be vertical like it used to be. So that's where I'm kind of running into an issue with this thing, is this piece gets in my way sometimes. I would much rather it be flat and then use this kind of setup, especially because of the $50 price tag that this thing carries. That really sets me back on really loving and really recommending this product. But that being said, it has fulfilled my expectations, even exceeded them in some areas. I'm really impressed with the overall battery capacity on this thing. It's been chugging for days. I love that there's a USB-C in. I really wish that was a USB-C out. You know, it takes a long time to charge. It's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, so it's gonna take a while to charge. I would love to see the build quality come up, the price come down, and then I could probably deal with this guy here, because when you're not having a Juul, a Loon, or whatever in there, it becomes a little bit of a nuisance. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think this little caddy would be an issue for you? Do you think you could put up with it? Is $50 fair for this? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, found it helpful, make sure you like that smash button, get subscribed, and press the bell if you want to be notified when I post new content. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sherlock Holmes, and I will see you in the next video.